Okay, hope you people are doing well. Today our topic of discussion is the epic journey of the sperm. As you can see the figure, this is female reproductive system, right? And this is the anterior most part of the female reproductive system, which is called vagina, right? And after the vagina, here are some labia minora and some labia majora here, right? So after the anterior most part of the vagina, this constricted structure, in normal days, this constricted structure will remain closed, right? And this constricted structure is called cervix. And after the cervix, this structure is called the uterus or the female reproductive system, right? And this tube is called the fallopian tube, as you can see. This tube is called the fallopian tube. And this roundish structure of the female reproductive system is called ovary, right? And these are some finger-like projections of the fallopian tube. And after the menstruation cycle of the female, this ovary will release, these two ovaries will release an unfertilized egg or unfertilized ovum, right? As you can see, this reddish roundish portion is is ovum, and you can say the unfertilized egg. And this ovary will release after the menstruation cycle. This ovum will release and catches by these finger-like projections of the fallopian tube, right? So if you can see, this is the finger-like projection. You can imagine as my hand. This is finger-like projections of this fallopian tube. And when this ovary will release, this ovum and this ovum will catch by these finger-like projections, right? As you can see here. So this ovum or this unfertilized egg will move through this fallopian tube, right? And after rushing in this fallopian tube, the ovum, the unfertilized egg, will wait for the sperms here, right? So, as you can see, these are some cilia in the fallopian tube, and these cilia will move like this in the to and fro motion, like this, right? So these cilia will propel to move this ovum, to move this unfertilized egg towards the uterus over here, through this channel, through this tube, right? So after the sexual intercourse, you can see, now we will getting start the epic journey of the sperms, which is very dramatic. So this is our sperm, which is very heavy, as you can see. So after the sexual intercourse, the 300 million sperm, or you can say 250 or 3 million sperms, are released in this part of the vagina. You can see the 300 millions of sperms are released only in this part of the vagina, which is the anterior most part of the vagina of the female reproductive system. So after that, but this vagina has a disadvantage for the life of the sperm, because this part of the vagina has acidic environment, right? The whole atmosphere in this part of the female reproductive system is acidic. So this acidic environment is not suitable for these happy sperms. So millions of the sperms would be dead over this region in this vagina due to the acidic environment of the vagina. So, but the acidic environment of the vagina is very good for this region, because it is useful for killing many microbes, many bacteria here. So the acidic environment is not very good for the sperms, but it is really very good, it is really very helpful for the killing of the microbes, for the bacteria, right? So when the sexual intercourse occurs, so 300 millions of sperms were released over here, and after that millions of the sperms are killed by these acidic environment, right? So remaining alive sperms will move through this cervix. But as I told you earlier, the opening of the cervix is closed in the normal days, right? So when the menstruation cycle is end, the opening of the cervix now open. So millions of sperms will move and enter through this opening of the cervix, right? But the millions are dead over here in this region because of the due to this acidic environment of the female reproductive system, right? So millions of alive sperms will move through this cervix, and after that, and in other case, our ovum or our unfertilized egg is waiting for our beautiful sperms, right? So these two things, the sperms and the ovum, will meet at a specific point of the fallopian tube, right? So our sperm is traveling. So here our sperm has faced the first hurdle, which was the acidic environment, and after that, the cervix and the uterus has, you can say, many of the immune cells, right? So when the sperms will move through the cervix, and this tail of the sperm will propel, which is this propulsion is helpful in the moving of the sperms. This tail, right? So the immune cells over here detect these sperms as the foreign invaders, as the foreign bodies. So these immune cells over here in this region will attack these sperms, will attack many of these sperms, and they consider these sperms as the foreign invaders. And many of the sperms are killed. Suppose this is the sperm, and this is the tail of the sperm. These sperms are engulfed by the immune cells. So millions of other sperms will become dead due to these immune cells. So after that, the survival of the sperms will move towards finally in the fallopian tube, right? So our sperms released here. This acidic environment killed many of the millions of the sperms, and then it moves toward the cervix, and in the cervix, the immune cells which killed these sperms, and the survivors will move towards the fallopian tube finally. Ultimately, the sperms will reach over here in the fallopian tube, and at the level of the ampulla, this region of the fallopian tube is called ampulla, and actually the fertilization will occur. This sperm and this ovum will meet over here at the region of this ampulla of the fallopian tube, right? So at the ampulla region of the fallopian tube, the fertilization will occur. The fertilization is actually the meeting of the sperm and this unfertilized egg, right? So the question is how our sperms are moving their way towards the fallopian tube in this dark environment, right? So the answer is our uterus has the contraction of the muscles. These uterus have a lot of muscles which contract, and this contracture of the muscles of the uterus will guide these sperms to travel in the fallopian tube and then in the uterus, right? So another answer is that how these sperms are travel through the proper way towards the fallopian tube and then the uterus. The answer is the uterus will send a chemical signal to the head of the sperm. This uterus will send a chemical signal when this sperm would be at least 15 centimeters away from the uterus. The uterus will send a chemical signal to the sperms. the head of the sperm will detect the chemical signal which is sent by this uterus. So this sperm can easily travel through the uterus. Right? Again, the uterus now the fertilization has occurred over here, and then these cilia which will move in the to and fro motion, these cilia will propel this fertilized egg. Now this egg is fertilized because the sperm and the egg has meet. So these fertilized egg will move towards the uterus over here, right? So let's come over here. This is our ovum, this is our egg, and our egg has this egg. I'm talking about this one, right? So this